Mind-reading AI may mean the end of humanity as we know it, but not because it will enslave us. Zizek, September 13, 2019. Technologies that link human consciousness with any kind of cloud computing service will not only pave the way for totalitarian control of the mind, but will also destroy the very essence of human relationships, says philosopher Slavoj Zizek. Artificial intelligence that reads the mind may mean the end of humanity as we know it, but not because it will enslave us. Zizek, Getty Images. Donald Ian Smith. A computer that can read the thoughts of many people at once would make normal human life impossible, said the Slovenian cultural philosopher following the World Conference on Artificial Intelligence IA in Shanghai, which saw Alibaba President Jack Ma and Tesla CEO Elon Musk discuss the future of AI. Computers are smarter than people already. Elon Musk and Jack Ma face the future of IA. While the two technopreneurs engaged in a heated discussion about the possibility of humans being controlled by machines in the future, the senior researcher at the Institute for Sociology and Philosophy at Ljubljana University, Slovenia, shared his thoughts on the subject with RT. Our brain connected to a machine is not a utopia. What I am studying now is the so-called wired brain phenomena, a possibility that our brains are connected with strong digital machines. And this is not a utopia. At the MIT, Massachusetts, Media Lab, they already have such simple machines. It's like a helmet, nothing intrusive, they put on your head and then something horrible happens. I saw the video. You think certain thoughts, say nothing, and the machine reproduces them in writing or in an artificial voice. Arne Kapper, a student at MIT Media Lab, has developed a system for surfing the internet with his mind. He silently searched our questions on Google and listened to the answers through vibrations transmitted in the skull and inner ear. Primitive level machines can now read your thoughts. Fine, if you agree. But what if it's done and it's easy to imagine without you knowing it? Now there is a serious option to read our thoughts, not just our emotional attitudes, such as getting angry or sad, but also the line of our thoughts in our mind. The next step in this utopia will be a computer that can read my thoughts and your thoughts, which can connect us so we can share our thoughts. If you and I are connected through the same computer, I can literally participate directly in your thinking, without any external communication, such as typing words. As you probably know, modern technology theorists Ray Kurzweil and Melanie Swan have called it a new form of deity. It will no longer be a transcendent God, but we will all share our thoughts through some AI cloud system. Millions of people will be participating together in a new form of awareness. I find this perspective quite horrible. We are entering the post-human age. If computers can identify and share a person's thoughts, we, as human beings, are exactly what we are. Free individuals, as much as we can be sure that you do not know what I'm thinking. I think what I think, I'm free in my mind. What happens if I am unsure of this? If I think of something and the computer can identify what I'm thinking and then share with others, we are really entering the post-human age. I believe we should not be fascinated with what this means technologically. Don't you agree that we should worry about who will control these digital machines? I'm not afraid that machines will control us. We are not there yet. However, who will control them? Who will use them? What is left of our freedom? Private companies, such as Google or Facebook, are already developing similar technologies. Transparency of thought is the biggest threat to our freedom today. I see this as the greatest threat to our freedom. We will literally become transparent. Let's think about the daily consequences of this. All flirting will be eliminated. I know someone, and instead of all the lovely erotic tips games she can read, want to go to bed with you, and the eroticism disappears. Another simple example is everyday politeness. Let's say we know each other, but we are not very close friends. See you on the street and say the usual polite things. Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. But if you can read my mind, this is nonsense, because that's good manners and I am not serious. Normally, I don't care how you feel. It intrigues me a lot. What is happening? How will this affect our everyday ways, our ancient social inventions of civilization? All our cultivated interactions are based on that. There is something else. What new way of suffering and torture can be developed in this way? Can you imagine someone controlling your mind? What can they do to you? What horrible thoughts can I implant in your mind? There may be images of a dear person being terribly tortured, and so on. I know this is not a joke. It is a very serious thing. Lying will become more complicated and more privileged. If we imagine this happening in a society where economic and power relations are structured as they are now, I think it means that the privileged will be those who will be able to hide their minds, who will exclude themselves from this network. Not everyone will be controlled the same way. This is the first problem. Who will control the game and who will be excommunicated? It's always like that. The first thought when a new espionage device is developed is usually, how can I escape it? The privilege is to be out of it. Lying will become more complicated, but it will also become more privileged. Computers are smarter on a mechanical level but lack the ability to simplify an idea of AI. Defeating humans in the field of intellect really depends on how you define being intelligent. If by intelligent you simply mean a more complex mathematical or logical operation, besides knowing more data, computers are definitely smarter. However, there is still hope for us. The greatness of the human mind lies not in knowing all the details, but in choosing from the multitude of data to grasp the essence and simplify it. A book by Soviet psychologist Alexander Luria entitled The Mind of a Memonist, title in free translation, describes a guy with perfect memory. He remembers almost everything he read and saw. The psychological consequences of this were horrible, because he knew so much that he couldn't decide anything. The moment he wanted to make a decision, hundreds of other data popped into his mind. He did not have the great capacity for simplification. Computers may be smarter than us on some mechanical level, even in learning, but I don't think they can handle the phenomenon of simplification. Robots do not accept menial jobs. They will have the task of planning. The paradox today is that we are afraid of robots that are supposed to take over our jobs, but those of us who work harder than ever. Second, we still have the idea that robots will do the primitive work for us and just plan what they are doing. In many companies, from McDonald's to day-to-day service providers, it is the robots who do the planning and the individuals who do it. At McDonald's, everything is programmed by robots and stupid people only serve other people. Eventually it depends on the social order. If we remain in the same capitalist order we are in, it will be even worse than today. There is the possibility, the hope, of working less. However, many stupid new forms of fun can fill our free time. I still believe in work and creativity. If we don't have enough things to do, even if we feel happy just sitting, watching movies and drinking, it will be a very stupid existence. Soon it will be terrible. It is not technology as such, it is how we will use technology socially.